Chicago, also Detroit. I know there's some Detroit Lion fans who are watching this as well. This is going to be Ben Johnson's introductory press conference. I haven't seen it. I can't wait to react to it. Without any further ado, let's get into it. Let's get into it.
Good morning. It is an honor to stand before everyone today as the head coach of the Chicago Bears. I would be remiss not to acknowledge a number of people that have helped me along the way here, starting with where I just came from.
He went right to the Lions. I respect it. Let's see what he has to say.
Sheila Ford Hamp and her family have been incredible for the last 6 years of my life, making Detroit and the Lions organization a great place for me and my family and raising our kids. Dan Campbell is more than just a colleague to me.
Oh, he might cry.
He is a friend. He is a mentor. He is a man that trusted me when he didn't need to, and I will forever be in his debt and respect the heck out of him. He's an amazing person. One time someone told me he is a unicorn, and they could not be more true words than that. I appreciate Rod Wood, Mike Disner, the rest of the executives there in Detroit. They were a pleasure to work with, and it was one of the most memorable times being able to turn that franchise around. The offensive staff in Detroit. There might have been some tough nights, there might have been some tough game days, but I do appreciate your support, your understanding, and really your camaraderie at the end of the day. The players, man, this is one of the hardest things to do is to leave a group of men that you love. And I will forever be impacted by St. Brown, Goff, Ragnow. I can keep going on and on and on. One of the reasons you get into coaching is to make the people around you better. But the truth is that those group of guys, they made me a better coach and a better person. They inspired me every single day, and I love driving into work to work with those men every single day.
I believe that.
One of the biggest pieces of the puzzle for me is my family, my wife. You have been the rock. I know it has not been easy. One of the most selfish things I've ever done is to ask you to come on this adventure. And you did it. Full steam ahead, no ifs, ands, or buts. And you've become a fantastic mother and such an incredible partner. This is not my journey, this is our journey. Thank you so much along the way. Rick Smith and Priority Sports, thank you for making this transition seamless for me. Things happen fast.
Rick Smith. Well, if that's his I'm gonna check into that. It might be his agent.
Once the season ended, and you were able to provide all the necessary information to make an informed decision. Thank you for that. With that being said, I want to thank the search committee here in Chicago. It was clear to me from the beginning that the priorities were straight. There's only one way for us to have success here, and that's the right people in place.
Okay, hold on. This is what I want to hear. Why Chicago?
George, thank you for trusting the people that you've hired. It is perfectly clear that you're willing to provide all the resources necessary for us to build a sustained winner here in Chicago. Kevin, I appreciate your support as well. You're going to play an integral part of everything that we have going on. And Ryan, thank you so much for trusting and believing in me. What you and your staff have already built here is so enticing. This roster is absolutely loaded with talent, already, and I look forward to building it with you. You and I, as we've already talked about, we're going to be in lockstep every step of the way. I cannot wait to work with you. I told this search committee that I wanted this job. And there's several reasons.
Whoa, he went into, hold up, Benny. He went into the press. He wanted Chicago. He wanted this. This wasn't Chicago convinced. He wanted Chicago. And I'm not gonna lie to you. Everyone before the season started, we were all talking about this damn roster. Everyone. Top roster. Wow. Okay, let's hear it.
That's why I wanted this job. The first is this place. For the last 10 plus years, my family and I have been coming up for a Cubs series every summer. And it doesn't take long to realize that this place is special. These people are special.
Wow.
This is exactly where I wanted to raise my family, my kids. I know we're going to have so much fun living up here in Chicago. All right? Number two is this roster that Ryan's already built. It is stocked, it's loaded. Everyone wants to talk about the quarterback, and Caleb, I'm excited to work with you, but it's going to take more than just you. And there are a lot of pieces already in place. And I can't wait to get to work with the rest of you guys. And then finally, I wanted to stay in this division. I know this is the toughest division in football right now. There's 3 teams that made the playoffs this year. I've got tremendous amount of respect for the coaches and the players in this league. Having competed against them for the last 6 years. Dan Campbell, Kevin O'Connell, you're talking about 2 guys that are up for Coach of the Year awards as the season ends here. And to be quite frank with you, I kind of enjoyed beating Matt LaFleur twice a year.
Ben Johnson is this man. Yo, Ben Johnson. Damn, I like this guy. I do. He has this fire about him. He has this. I mean, this is what it is. Competition. He's not shying away from it. He knows this is the toughest division in football. So he wanted to play against the toughest people. Bruh, let's hear it out. Wow.
With that being said, I do have a message here for the players. Get comfortable being uncomfortable. The bar has been set higher than it's ever been set before. The only way for this team and for you as individual players to reach your potential is to be pushed and to be challenged. And that's exactly what I and my staff plan on doing. We are going to push, we're going to challenge. And along with those high standards, there's also going to be a high level of support as well. Everybody in this building is going to be all about helping you guys out. How do you become the best versions of yourselves? That's what it's going to be about from start to finish. When you walk in, it'll be crystal clear, the communication, the structure, and the consistency, and that will never waver. Our mission starting this spring is to win and to win now.
Fuck. Damn, I just feel like, Chicago, I'm about to order me a fucking Chicago jersey right now, Brett. Wow. Please let me know how y'all feel in the comment section below, man. This dude, I mean, it's the introductory press conference. They're all like this. But I just, Ben Johnson, I feel like he's different. I feel like the choices he's making are different. He clearly said, bro, I wanted to go against the best of the best. That's why I want to choose this division. Bro, let me hear it out.
I get goosebumps right now just thinking about
I got goosebumps.
Being the head coach of the Chicago Bears. I know exactly what this role and this responsibility requires.
Winning.
And I cannot wait to get to work. Thank you.
Wow. All right, so I want to hear the intro. I'm going to play it out, but there's going to be certain questions that I will record my reaction to. All right, and then the rest I'm just going to kind of skip if I don't feel like it's like valid. All right, so let's get to it.
Ben to your left. Jason Leisure with the Chicago Sun-Times. Two-part question for you about the quarterback, about Caleb. I'd read interviews that you did where you talked about being very selective about jobs, looking for a place that would set you up to succeed. And my question is, how much of a factor was your belief in Caleb, your assessment of him, and what's your starting point for how you're going to coach him to play the position?
Listen, it's clear that modern football in the NFL is quarterback driven. That is no secret.
That's facts. That is you hit the nail on the coffin. But if your quarterback can't produce, you're not going to win.
You can look at analytics. Right now, quarterback success is a higher predictor of winning and losing than turnover ratio, which it's been for 20 plus years.
Wow. That's massive. I didn't know that.
Okay, that's changed.
Wow.
So there's no doubt Caleb played a large component into my decision. He is a phenomenal talent that had, as many quarterbacks do, an up and down rookie year. Where I see my role is as a supporter of him. This offense will be calibrated with him in mind. We're going to build this thing. This is not simply a dropping of a previous playbook down on the table and starting there. Nope. We're ripping this thing down to the studs, and we're going to build it up with him first and foremost.
Wow.
And then with the pieces around him next. I really look forward to challenging him and pushing him, as I said before, to continue to grow and develop.
Wow, he's scrapping the damn play. He's like, we build this thing up from the ground up. Damn. So with that being said, expect. Chicago Bears. I'm just gonna keep it 100. Expect, some expect ups and downs. Okay, Caleb is basically learning a whole new playbook. The whole team's learning a whole new playbook. This is what works. This is what doesn't work. This is going to be This is going to be maybe a 3-year rebuild, right? That's the expectations. It's not going to be. It's not going to happen overnight.
And you probably better than anybody else know about the importance of the offensive line, but how long it took Detroit to build that unit. Is that something you can realistically replicate here with your goals in mind?
That's a great
I think
question.
Offensive line is certainly an area that we need to get better play from going forward. Something that Ryan and I have already talked about. We will develop a plan of attack for how to get that done. But I'm looking forward to getting an excellent offensive line coach into the building to help develop the young talent that we already have on the roster. And
watch him go after the Detroit Lions offensive line coach. What's his name? Is it Hank? Here, but it says, does not sound like Bears will be a destination for offensive line coach Hank. Perhaps Ben Johnson does get an assistant from Detroit to join him, but Farley is not expected. Johnson isn't going to raid Dan Campbell's staff. Wow, okay. Well, that's out of the picture.
This place was a sleeping giant. To be honest with you, I personally was more concerned about the Chicago Bears than I was anybody else in this division.
Wow! That is crazy. Listen to the question.
Hey, Ben, Mark Rohde with The Score here in Chicago. Welcome to the city. You mentioned that this roster is loaded with talent. So then when you look back at the Bears season, enduring a 10-game losing streak, does that surprise you?
10-game losing streak. Did it surprise you that they were so horrible?
Going into this season, I felt like this place was a sleeping giant. To be honest with you, I personally was more concerned about the Chicago Bears than I was anybody else in this division.
Wow.
Now, there's a number of reasons why that did not unfold, all right, that's why I'm here. I'll get to the bottom of that, and we'll see if we can't get that corrected and cleaned up. But I was very encouraged with what was already on the roster right here, and like I said before, this division, as hard as it is, really excited about competing here.
Wow. If you're a Chicago Bears fan, you have to be really encouraged about this too. But let's honestly think about that. Bro, everyone was talking about the Chicago Bears, the moves they made. with the draft, the off-season additions. I mean, so it makes sense that he was encouraged, like, yo, I'm worried about this team. So it's his job to figure out kind of why things didn't really work out. And maybe it's a big, I don't know. We gonna find out. We gonna find out.
Just the changes that they made going into the offseason that scared you the most about the Bears? Was it Caleb Williams? Like, what was it about the Bears that they were the...
Well, personally, we struggled with that defense here for both games that we played them in 2023. Okay,
wow.
So that was a huge deal, was knowing that as much as I struggled staying up at night trying to attack this defense, I knew what that was capable of, and then seeing all the weapons that they have on offense here was really, really encouraging.
Damn, but the defense is still there, but the mastermind behind the defense, he's gone, right? Wasn't that Matt Eberflus, the one who actually orchestrated this defense?
A blast from the past named John Shoup, and that is to make same things look different and different things look the same. All right? We want the defense.
Whoa, hold on. He dropping the offensive philosophy? Hold up, bro. Let me take this back. This is good stuff. I gotta look this guy up. This is good stuff.
Ben over here. John Greenberg from The Athletic. You've been in a lot of different offenses. You've worked for different kind of coaches. You seem to have a lot of different influences in what you believe in. Like, how would you describe what your offense is going to be about? You know, Caleb's different than Jared Goff. What would you describe to Bears fans what to expect from this offense?
Philosophically, what I believe in is similar to a blast from the past named John Shoup. That is to make same things look different and different things look the same. All right? We want the defense on their heels. We're always going to be attacking on offense. We believe in multiplicity, and so that's both formationally and conceptually. We're going to make things very challenging on the defense each and every week. We want the ability to morph, whether it's 50 runs in a game or 50 passes in a game, it does not matter. Balance to me is throughout the entire season, not necessarily within the game. And with that being said,
damn, that's a game opener. He said balance to me isn't game to game, it's throughout the season. Which is wow. So basically he come in the game, throw the ball 50 times one game. The next time he plays the Lions, he come out there and run the ball 50 times. Right? Like he looks for a balance throughout the entire. That's big time. Big time. Can't wait to break down his tapes for you guys, man. Make sure y'all subscribe. Hit tape online, comment section below. Let's go.
Those are.
All right, that's it. Let me know you guys' thoughts in the comments section below. Like I said, I am definitely covering this team from here on out, right? Just so you guys know, I also cover the Detroit Lions heavily. So it's going to be, when they play next year, it's going to be a clash of subscribers on one side and subscribers on the other side. And we don't come together when they play. All right, let me know your thoughts. I'll see you next year. I'm out. Deuces.